student movement. Ryan was asked to be part of that campaign, became the leader of the Students for Trump, and created the largest student movement in the 2016 election. This movement, within a month, had over 200 chapters across the U.S., 5,000 plus volunteers working the campaign, and a massive social media network that grew, having 5 million views and impressions per month. At the same time, he maintained his grades and received the President's List and the Dean's List at Campbell. He's now in the middle of launching a nonprofit called Generation Onward that will work to support the President-elect during his presidency and fight leftist policies on campuses. He's also a political commentator. He's appeared on Fox News, Tammy Loren Show, CNN, NBC, and many other news channels. He's a hard-working, great person. I'm proud to call my friend Ryan Fortier. Please come on up.
Yeah, Ryan!
So, what I wanted to first start off by doing is something that helped us win the 2016 election and put Donald Trump in the White House. Let's take a selfie. Everybody get riled up.
Yeah!
All right. So, people ask me all the time, because I've supported Donald Trump for a while. I've watched The Apprentice. I've seen him on television for so many years. Basically grew up around him in a way. And they always ask me when we first started off, why do I support Donald Trump? What brought me from the political establishment side of things to supporting a candidate with so much tenacity, so much dedication and passion for something that he didn't even have to get involved with? You know, he has this lavish life. You know, beautiful wife Melania Trump. He has all this good stuff going for him. What made him want to run for president of the United States? Because he sees what's going on in this country. He was bringing up stuff in the conversation that was not happening before. We did not see this out of candidates like Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, Marco Rubio. We saw the typical get on stage, let me read the teleprompter to you, that kind of crap. And that was not cutting it. That was not cutting it this election. We, the American people, were tired of hearing that. We were tired of hearing the typical Washington establishment. And this was something Donald Trump was not bringing to the stage. He was bringing something that resonated well with the common individual. They understood it, and they understood that he was going to take action when he got into office. And that is why he won President of the United States. I'll talk a little bit about Students for Trump and my role with that and the role in the campaign, because college campuses, believe me, were not that easy to tackle. The liberal left hit us hard, but we definitely came back. We attacked them with social media. I'll tell you one thing, during the 2008 presidential election, Barack Obama spent $47 million. I'm sorry, 2012 presidential election, Barack Obama spent $47 million in digital spending. Romney Ryan campaign only spent $4.7 million. In order to win an election in this day and age, we have to adapt to the times. We have to adapt to social media. We have to go on live streams. We have to actually engage the young vote. We're not going to get that young vote if we don't tap into that. The Republican Party did not start getting these youth votes until they initiated a program called RLI, the Republican Leadership Initiative, that taught young people how to get out there and engage the older individuals who are actually getting out and voting. The young individual, this was not happening 10 years ago. We were going out there and we were going out there and doing polling, and we were doing everything by paper, you know, and this was having to get entered in manually. Now everything is digital. We won this election because Donald Trump created a brand. Everyone out here, make America great again signs. This common tagline resonated so well with not only young people and groups on college campuses, fraternities, sororities, coalitions. This resonated well with everybody because they understood that our country at the time was not great. In the last 7 years, we're terrible. I mean, what did we get done in the last 7 years? Name one thing that we got done. We got BS done. That's what we got done. BS politics, and that is what was introduced by Barack Obama and his cronies throughout his 8 years in office. But now we have leadership, and in less than 100 days of him being in office, look how much we've accomplished. Look how much we accomplished. We have an amazing cabinet. We've already started working on immigration. We're working on trade. Last week, we had the joint address. And if that moment where he honored Ryan Owens, the Navy SEAL that was killed tragically overseas. If you were a Democrat and that did not move you and you did not stand up, then there is something seriously wrong with you. And that is an example of the problems in this country. And that moment, as that CNN political commentator said, I don't remember his name, but he did say that that moment solidified his time as President of the United States, and he is now our Commander-in-Chief, whether you like him or not. So, talking on Students for Trump, some of the things that we did to motivate millennials is we pounded the hell out of social media. There was no way we were not going to win this election if we did not get on social media, tweet. We had a virtual army of Trump supporters. I'm sure all of you have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That is how we targeted people. We had groups. We did live streams. We went to events. I mean, you couldn't even get on the networks, Verizon, AT&T. You couldn't even get on them. There were so many people at these rallies. But would the media cover that? No, they want to cover that. But we got so much footage, and we kept posting photos on our Instagram page, Students for Trump, of students doing stuff, wearing the Make America Great Again gear, getting out there, getting riled up, and it in turn turned into votes. It motivated young people to get out there and have a voice in their community. Because in 20 years, they're going to be out there in the workforce. They're going to be out there running for office. And just like myself, I want to run for public office one day, and I knew that I needed to have a voice in government in order for that to happen. And I wasn't going to stand by. I wasn't going to stand by. So social media does translate into votes, and it inspires. It inspires. So I encourage all of you, when you go home this afternoon, you have grandchildren, children, you go on social media and you talk about this event, you post photos about this event, because they're happening all around the country today. I was invited to one in DC, there's one in New York, they're all over the place. And it is to inspire people, to tell them that we are no longer the silent majority. We are no longer going to deal with the crap on the left. We are going to stand tall, we're going to speak our voices, and we are going to be heard. Because if the left wants to, let me talk about the protesters a second. You know, to me, it is an honor that they wake up that early in the morning to come out here and just want to come rile us up and make us feel bad. I should feel proud that these people, these pathetic individuals, want to come out here, throw stuff at us, call us names. It just shows the weakness of the left, and it shows really what it comes down to in the end. What they do, the petty politics that they try to do. But God forbid you give them facts. God forbid you give them facts. If I were to go over there with those protesters that were on the street when I arrived up here, and if I were to give them some factual information, some factual thought for them to take home, they would nibble on it, they wouldn't know what to say, and then they call me racist. That's usually what happens. And that has been encountered. That has been encountered on so many different levels. Across all over. I've traveled to universities from North Carolina to California, from Texas to North Dakota, and it happens on every campus. Thankfully, I go to Campbell, so I'm local, 25th most conservative school in the country, so I didn't quite deal with that. But I did have problems when I was first starting off in 2015. There was a lot of establishment people. They're all supporting Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio. I was a loner, basically. And when I went to the CPAC in D.C. in 2016, I was definitely alone. There was a handful of Trump, but then there was a big bucket of Rubio and Ted Cruz supporters. And it did take some time to get them on their side, but eventually we united. And that is the most important thing that we can pull from it. And I'll say that moving forward, we do have a lot of work to do. But uniting this party wasn't as hard as it seemed, but it's going to be uniting this country that is our next step. And we're working towards that. And I think we're going to be able to do it. We have the right people. Everyone here is motivated. They're riled up. We all have Twitters. We have social media. We get out there. We be activists. We teach young people to get out there and be activists. And that's what I'm doing in turn. The next thing that I'm starting with is I'm not working with the Trump administration directly. I am starting a nonprofit called Generation Onward, which is to motivate young individuals to get out there and support Donald Trump. Don't just go in your dorm room and sit there and watch Netflix all night or whatever we do nowadays, right? Get out there and be activists in your community. Go to events like this. Talk to people. Get the right information out there. Stop believing all the crap you hear on CNN and MSNBC. Get out there and spread the real information. You know, nothing is going to happen if we just sit at home and we say he's president now. Not a thing is going to happen. We have to get out there. We have to be activists, and that's what my nonprofit's going to do. We're going to motivate young individuals, apathetic individuals, and we are going to fight the left on campuses. We're not going to be suppressed anymore. We are not going to be the silent majority on college campuses. And I will tell you one thing, I don't support everything Milo Yiannopoulos says, but he should have been able to speak at UC Berkeley. He should have been able to speak at UC Berkeley. And the fact that they rioted, trampled people, beat people up, what the hell is going on? What is going on? We're not going to have that anymore. And Generation Onward, as well as anyone that's on a college campus, we're going to fight against that. I see some millennials out here in the crowd. Don't take that crap. Don't take that crap. We're not going to do that anymore. You're going to fight back, and we're going to win. Because we love winning, right? We love winning. I can quote Donald Trump on that. We love winning, folks. We love winning. But I will top this off by saying that together we can accomplish so much, and there is no I in team. And I consider you all a family because of what you've done and helped us win this election. We could not have done this without the help of everyone here today, as well as the millions of others that got out on election day, helped each other if they were sick, drove people to the polls, on college campuses, advocated with Students for Trump tables, passed out gear. We college Republicans eventually came on board. We had so much unity in the end. And that to me is so inspiring to see, because we knew what was at stake. We know currently what's at stake. And that's where we're going to work our asses off to get them in 2020. And we're going to keep working. We're going to keep working. Together we can accomplish so much more. We can accomplish so much more. So use social media, get out there, and together we are going to make America great again. Thank you. God bless.
I gotta tell you, last November made me excited and hopeful for today. People like Ryan made me excited and hopeful about our future and tomorrow. Thank you, Ryan. All right, our next speaker is a retired veteran after 28 years.